I used to believe loyalty was simple. Show up, keep secrets, choose each other. For half my life, that was me and Mark. Backyard hoops after school, dorm rooms and breakups, first jobs and cheap beers on roofs. He was my brother, without the paperwork. Then I met Emily. Bright laugh, soft eyes, a future I could picture in color. When I proposed, Mark hugged me so hard my ribs popped. He said he'd be my best man. It felt like the universe had lined up on purpose. At first, they clicked in ways that made me proud. They traded playlists, planned surprise dinners, texted about the ring and the venue. I told myself, this is good. This is what adults do. You blend families. You make a circle. Then came the small things. A joke I wasn't in on. A glance that lasted one beat too long. A message from Mark, hanging with them to pick table settings. Followed by, don't worry, you'll hate all my choices. I laughed with a tight jaw and told myself to relax. Red flags don't appear as flags. They show up as favors. As I'll drop her home, you get some sleep. As we were nearby, grabbed coffee, you were on a call. As you're overthinking. I tried to be grateful. I tried to be busy. I tried to be the man who doesn't make a problem where there isn't one. One Friday, I left work early. Flowers in a paper sleeve. Takeout from her favorite place. A stupid grin that didn't know better yet. Her apartment door was unlocked. Music low. Laughter lower. I rounded the hallway. And there it was. Not a mistake. Not a misunderstanding. A choice. Their faces inches apart. Her hand on his wrist. A kiss that didn't start with me walking in, but ended because I did. Silence has a temperature. This one burned cold. Emily pulled back first. Mark stopped breathing second. I forgot how to do both. No yelling. No breaking things. My body chose walking. Down the hall. Out the door. Into air that didn't fit in my lungs. They followed. Words tumbled. We didn't mean. It just happened. It's complicated. Betrayal always thinks it's complicated. The person who gets betrayed learns it's not. I drove without a destination. Parked by the river. Held the steering wheel like it would float me. Voicemails stacked in red. Mark's voice. Emily's voice. My mother's number. She'd heard something and wanted the version where this wasn't true. There isn't one. The next week moved like wet cement. I slept in a friend's guest room. I ate out of cartons. I answered only the calls I had to. Mark sent an essay. History. Confession. Apology. He wrote that he didn't plan it. He wrote that he hated himself. He wrote that maybe this meant Emily and I weren't meant to be. He asked to talk. Emily sent a shorter one. She said our love had softened into habit. She said Mark surprised her. She said she never meant to hurt me. She said she did. I met Mark in daylight. Neutral ground. A park bench no one ever photographs. He tried to shake my hand. I looked at it like it belonged to someone I didn't know. He talked in circles. Words like chemistry and timing, and we were scared. I asked one question. When was the first time? He answered too quickly. Last week. Truth doesn't rush. He reset. A month. He reset again. Longer. Grief isn't only for death. Sometimes it's for a version of your life you will never get back. I told him there wouldn't be a best man speech. I told him there wouldn't be a wedding to stand in. I told him I wouldn't be around for their future. He nodded like he understood consequences now. He didn't. Consequences are quiet. They are empty chairs at birthdays. They are phone numbers you don't dial. They are the urge to share a joke, and no one on the other end. I returned the ring to its box. I returned the box to a drawer. I returned the key to a landlord who didn't ask questions. People say time heals. I think time tells the truth at a speed you can survive. Week by week, the story stopped being an explosion. It became weather. Sometimes steady rain, sometimes bright sky that made me mad because the world kept moving. I learned small things. How to cook for one. How to sit in a movie without checking a phone that won't light up. How to answer, "How are you?" with something gentler than ruined. A month later, Mark wrote again. He said he was sorry in a new font. He said he missed me. He said he understood if this was forever. I didn't reply. Forgiveness is a language I can't speak with him anymore. Emily sent a last message. She said she hoped I found someone who loved me the right way. She said I deserved that. I didn't argue. Deserve is a dangerous word. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you choose, and what others choose when you're not in the room. Some nights, I rerun scenes and reshoot lines. In those versions, they tell me early. They step back. They say, we crossed a feeling, not a line. We try to fix it. We don't. But at least the ending doesn't taste like lying. This is the ending I got. A clean cut that still bleeds sometimes. A map with 2 names I don't visit. A future that will belong to someone braver than this moment. If you've been here, you know. If you haven't, I hope you never are. So let me ask you, with no right answer offered. When the people you trusted most choose each other over you, do you find a way back to them through forgiveness? Or do you save what's left of yourself and walk into a life that finally tells the truth?